Have you ever wondered who truly holds the power in a relationship? Is it always the one who appears to be in control? A question that sparks intrigue, curiosity, and perhaps a hint of recognition. Power dynamics in relationships are as complex as the relationships themselves. They're not always about overt control, the loud and the obvious. Power can be subtle, hidden, a silent puppeteer pulling invisible strings. Consider this. Women often hold significant sway in relationships, even when it appears that the man is in control. A gentle nudge here, a suggestive whisper there, and the course of actions can be silently steered. This is not about manipulation, but about understanding, about emotional intelligence, about the intricate dance of power that plays out in the theater of human relationships. So, let's embark on a journey of exploration and discovery. It is time to delve into the fascinating world of power dynamics where not everything is as it seems. Influence often trumps direct control, and women, in their unique ways, have mastered this art. Let's cast our minds to the realm of emotional intelligence, a domain where many women excel. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. It's a skill set that allows women to read the emotional room, to understand the motivations and desires of their male counterparts, and subtly guide them in desired directions. Consider the example of Jenna and Mark, a couple who have been together for 5 years. Mark is a decision-maker by nature, assertive and confident. Jenna, on the other hand, is more empathetic and observant. She often manages to guide Mark's decisions by subtly planting ideas, using praise to reinforce certain behaviors, or expressing her emotions in a way that Mark finds compelling. For instance, when they were deciding where to go on vacation, Jenna knew she wanted to visit Paris. Instead of directly suggesting it, she started talking about how much Mark would enjoy the French cuisine, knowing his love for food. She casually mentioned the romantic walks they could have by the Seine, appealing to Mark's romantic side. By the time they sat down to decide, Mark himself proposed Paris as their destination. Jenna's subtle influence made him feel like it was his idea all along. This is just one demonstration of the power of influence. Women often use these tactics, not to manipulate in a negative sense, but to create harmony and mutual satisfaction in relationships. It's about understanding and working with the emotions of others, about knowing when to push and when to pull. So what we observe is a nuanced dance of power and influence. It's not about who's in control, but rather who's guiding the direction. It's not a game of chess, but more like a dance, where both partners move in sync, guided by the subtle cues and signals of each other. As we see, power can be wielded not just through outward control, but through the subtle art of influence. Men often feel they are in control, but is this really the case? Let's delve into the fascinating concept of the illusion of control. In the intricate dance of power dynamics, many women have mastered the art of making men believe they are at the helm, while subtly steering the course of the relationship. It's a delicate balance, a quiet influence that is often unseen, yet undeniably felt. To better understand this, let's consider a real-life case study. Meet Jane and John. Jane, a successful lawyer, and John, a renowned surgeon. To an outsider, it appears that John has the upper hand in the relationship. He makes most of the decisions, from where they dine to where they holiday. Yet it's Jane who subtly influences these choices. How does Jane do this? She uses her emotional intelligence to present options that seem exciting to John, making him feel he is making the decisions. If Jane wants to dine at a new bistro, she doesn't suggest it directly. Instead, she mentions how everyone is raving about the place. She allows John to make the decision, letting him believe he is in control. But in reality, Jane is guiding the narrative, using her understanding of John's preferences to shape his decisions. Similarly, when planning a vacation, Jane presents John with options that she prefers, knowing he values her happiness. John feels empowered by making the final decision, oblivious to the fact that Jane has cleverly guided the process. This is the illusion of control. Jane empowers John to feel in charge, while subtly influencing the course of their relationship. She knows that by allowing John to feel he is in control, she can maintain harmony and ensure her desires are met. This is not about manipulation, but about understanding and respecting each other's needs and desires. It's about using emotional intelligence to guide decisions in a way that benefits both parties. The illusion of control is a powerful tool, and when used skillfully, can maintain harmony while ensuring one's desires are met. In every relationship, a balance of power exists. But how is this balance maintained? Picture a seesaw, if you will. The constant up and down, back and forth represents the ever-changing power dynamics in relationships. It's a dance, a delicate ballet of influence and control, constantly in motion, constantly shifting. Now let's be clear, the balance of power is not a battle. It's not about who's on top and who's on the bottom. It's about equilibrium, an understanding between two individuals that contributes towards a harmonious relationship. In this intricate dance of power, both men and women have their part to play. It's easy to assume that one person holds all the control, but that's rarely the case. Power in relationships is a dynamic entity. It ebbs and flows, fluctuates with the tides of time, circumstances, and emotional states. Women often possess a subtle influence, an ability to guide their male counterparts without them even realizing it. This isn't manipulation, but rather a utilization of emotional intelligence, an understanding of the other's desires, fears, and motivations. Men, on the other hand, may exude a more overt form of power. They may take the lead in decision-making, be the financial providers, or be the protectors. But this doesn't mean they control the relationship. It's simply a different form of influence, a different side of the same coin. In the end, it all comes down to balance. Both parties contributing to the relationship, both influencing and being influenced. It's a give and take, a mutual respect and understanding that allows for this balance of power to exist. Is this balance always perfect? Of course not. It's a dynamic, fluid entity that constantly needs adjustment. But that's what makes it so fascinating, so intricate and complex. In the dance of relationships, the balance of power is a delicate yet crucial aspect that shapes the dynamics between partners.